Sixer Nation, a couple more days till we're back in the swing of things, but in the meantime, could James Harden potentially leave this offseason? Also, a couple new free agents on the buyout market, and lastly, an outlook towards the second half of the season.
Perfect.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome into Philly Take with RB. RB here. Hit that like button if you enjoy these videos. Subscribe by hitting that red button down below and hit that bell so you don't miss any of the coverage. Today we're back. Just want to go over some little news things, but interesting report comes out. We'll talk about it, and man, we will get into this second half as, guess what? We're winding down. I mean, what, 25 games, 27, something like that to go? And then it's playoff time. Boom, these seasons keep on flying. But I want to start off with a question today. Actually, two quick questions, because I was thinking about this over the weekend. Had a fun time, by the way, with everybody on Playback watching the dunk contest. We might be doing a live stream on Playback tomorrow night, either YouTube or Playback, so be sure to check it out if you have not yet. Link down in the description. But shout out to McMillan, first Sixer to win the NBA dunk contest and first G Leaguer to win it. But that being said, I was thinking this weekend as the Sixers have been off, is this a championship or bust season? If the Sixers don't get to the NBA Finals, is it done? Do you blow it all up? Do you re-sign James Harden? Do you bring him back based on how he's played? Do you look at the future value? Do you get rid of everybody except for Joel and Tyrese? Does Doc Rivers go? All those questions I've been thinking about. I want to know your thoughts down below in the comment section. In addition to that, I just saw, as I was getting on here actually, a quick piece of news. The Atlanta Hawks fired their coach, Nate McMillan, and it's just crazy to think, how wild this league is, right? A quick carousel, quick turnaround. This just happened 2 years ago that Nate McMillan joined the team as their head coach in March. He was the assistant. He got bumped up in March, takes them all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals. They take down the Sixers, and it was embarrassing for this fan base. And, he was on a wild ride. And 2 years later, boom, he's done. He's out. Crazy how the turnaround is, man. But that was one of the things just now that got me thinking about it again. So I thought it was very interesting. The next thing is the free agent market. The buyouts have added today. If you didn't see the community post earlier today, I put out a poll. Should the Sixers go after Tony Bradley, former Sixers backup center, was waived by the Bulls today? What do you think? Should they go and try to pull him in? Obviously, you would have to waive Dedmon or get rid of somebody else. But should they go after Tony Bradley? Is he more of a productive option? Let me know down in the comments. And as well, Will Barton was also waived a little while ago by the Washington Wizards. They have agreed to a contract buyout ahead of the March 1st deadline, and he is now eligible to join a playoff roster. Will Barton this season was averaging about 20 minutes per game for the Washington Wizards. He was taking about 3.5 threes per game, shooting 38%. And he was averaging 7.7 points per game. Should the Sixers go after Will Barton, 32 years old, obviously, getting up there in age and might not be the same as he used to be. Maybe, a little bit of wing help off the bench, a three-point shooter, maybe a guy that can kind of, go off for one of those explosion games in a while. But does he have what it takes? The Sixers need help? Maybe a backup 2 or 3. What do you think about Will Barton on this team? Let me know. Before we get into the rest of it, though, shout out to the sponsor here of today's video, Manscaped. Manscaped has actually just entered the above-the-waist men's grooming product market. They have released their brand new product, the Beard Hedger Pro Kit. So, before they were below the waist, now they're also above the waist. This bad boy right here, this trimmer, has a rotary wheel that gives you 20 different hair cutting lengths with just one guard. Yes, 20 different lengths with just one guard. It's waterproof, has a titanium coated T-blade, and it is tough on the hair but very smooth on the skin, leading to better efficiency. It also comes with these other products like beard shampoo and conditioner and, beard oil, beard balm, a bunch of things that just help the overall growth of your beard, reduce ingrown hairs, and obviously relieve dryness and just help the shape, and this kit also comes with 3 free gifts, the beard brush, comb, and scissors. So a huge package, man. Go check it out. Click the link down in the description, and upon checkout, use promo code PhillyTake to get 20% off and free shipping with manscaped.com. Okay, let's talk about free agents. So continuing on to that, here is a list put out by Adrian Wojnarowski of the remaining free agents. And again, March 1st is the deadline, so a lot of these guys might end up on new teams. Would any of these players interest Sixer Nation? Serge Ibaka, John Wall, LaMarcus Aldridge, Will Barton, we talked about, Stanley Johnson. Maybe that's one right there. Wayne Ellington, Tyler Johnson, man. Oh, man, that would be great. Sterling Brown, Hassan Whiteside, David Nwabe, and Michael Carter-Williams. And add Tony Bradley onto that mix as well. A lot of names there. You let me know what you think. But I want to talk about this report that came out as well. And by the way, not to just skip ahead, there's not much left for me to say. I've really put my thoughts out there. I think the Sixers need to do something. I think they need to make another move. I don't know if they're content. I don't know if they're ready to win with this roster. I think they have a damn good chance if they stay healthy, but we're going to talk about this more in a couple minutes. But anyway, shout out to Legion Hoops for putting this report out. I'm not trying to spread this report, okay? I don't want to spread this news. I don't want to spread this mix, but I just want to show this to the people because I think that it's important to educate on, being aware, right? And not believing everything. So this report was put out about James Harden yesterday, and apparently, according to an NBA insider, Kelly Iko, who covers the Rockets, there is a, quote, 70% chance that James Harden will join the Rockets next season. Quote, where there's smoke, there's fire. Now, we all know the report that came out on Christmas, right? We remember that right before the Sixers-Knicks game where Harden went off in the Garden, Harden at the Garden, and, Woj just putting out all this smoke. It's like, it's wild, the timing of these things. But, now they put it out the All-Star break. Anyway, I don't think I've ever seen a report with like a forecast as to what's going to happen. There's a 70% chance James Harden's going to leave. Yeah, there's a 70% chance it's going to rain tomorrow. Is it going to rain? Who knows? Like, this is just so weird. Either say that he wants out or he doesn't, but, they constantly try to draw up this narrative. They constantly try to draw this up. I'm not sitting here saying Harden wants to leave or doesn't, but what I'm telling you that I know is that James Harden has not made any type of decision. He's not thinking about that at all. What he's thinking about, what he's focused on is winning a championship. He has done everything. He has the entire resume. He just doesn't have the trophy, and he said it multiple times. That's what he's focusing on. Sixers have 25, 27 more games to try to go out there and get ready for the playoffs, stay healthy, and try to win a championship. So I mean, again, don't believe everything you hear. I just thought that was weird. I put this thought out the other day on Twitter. I said, I don't know if a better storyline than Joel Embiid and James Harden winning both their first title together and, just going through everything they've been through in their own careers, how special that would be. But for some reason, everybody seems to hate on Philadelphia. They don't want to see this team succeed. They don't want to see Harden succeed or Embiid. They're, naturally hated by the media. So it is what it is. But I honestly think it would be a very special thing for both of them and for the league in itself. Kind of like when Giannis won his first and then everybody adored him, right? And, I just think both these guys deserve it. I think they have worked hard and, hopefully they'll be able to get to that point. But I want to end it off here today looking at the second half of the season. Shout out to my guy, Sean Bernard. He put out some stats here on Twitter today, but I want you to look at the last one. He talked about the Sixer ranks throughout this year, but look at this last one. Toughest schedule for the remainder of the season. Toughest schedule. Yes, that is right. The Sixers have a brutal March. I think they play 20 games in 20 something days, or they had 20 road games, something like that. Crazy. It's going to be a long stretch. And let's be grateful as to where this team is right now. They were once 1-4. They were once 12-12. They are 38-19. They are 3 games out of first of the Eastern Conference. Now, looking at this right here, obviously there's going to be a lot of junk games the next, couple months for a lot of teams, and you want to get to the playoffs, right? Enough said. Tired of talking about it. The Sixers need to get to the playoffs healthy. That's the first primary thing. They need to stay healthy. And in addition to that, they need to be firing on all cylinders. If they get on a hot streak, at the end of the season and going into the playoffs, I really think the Sixers could make some noise. I mean, I think they have as good of a shot as anybody. You look at Milwaukee, they're banged up right now. Giannis is going through stuff again. Then you look at Boston, they're very deep, but they're also going through injury. So which team is going to be healthy? That's a huge factor come playoff time. Obviously, fully healthy, it seems like the Celtics kind of own the East right now. So we'll have to wait and see how that goes. But You know, there's going to be a couple of those pest annoying teams in the playoffs, like the Cavaliers maybe, or Miami. But if the Sixers can get there healthy, I really just want to see one chance with everybody across the board healthy, because I don't feel that has happened, you know, and I think the Sixers roster can compete. Now, I would love for them to go get another player before this buyout deadline, maybe try to make something happen, because I don't know about that backup center position. I really don't. I like how McDaniels has fit in, but do they have enough ammo for when Joel Embiid goes out in the playoffs? I don't think so right now. So we'll have to wait and see, unless Paul Reed gets extended playing time and is more consistent, but I don't know if that's going to happen. But what I will say is that right now, the Philadelphia 76ers need to get through this next month and a half. They need to stay healthy, and they need to prove to people that they are legit, or else they could go into this playoffs. And again, if they don't get past that threshold, is it done? Do you then go in a complete different direction? Do you keep a couple guys? What do you do? I think that people need to realize this is the final opportunity. This is what everything has been built for, and you have to make it count. That's my second half outlook. You know, it's going to be tough, but you have to muscle through, and you're going to have to play a lot of games. You know, you can't sit out a lot because you want to get that top seed in the East. You want to get that 2-3 seed maybe. If you could get the 1, that'd be great. You never know what's going to happen. You never know what's going to happen. So we'll wait and see what happens, but ready for the final push here, getting to the playoffs, and, you know, hopefully this stretch coming up is going to be a successful one, because the Sixers definitely need it. They need their guys to be confident. They need guys like Toby and Maxey to step up and help Harden and Embiid. And obviously the bench needs to do their thing. But with that being said, appreciate everybody for tuning in. Like always, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. And with that being said, I will catch you all on the next one. Peace.